Jean-Stéphane, why are you doing this?
I don't know why I'm doing this. Honestly, I don't. But I needed it. Not as a sort of therapy, but self-reflection, to keep up with my own mind. I didn't know how to start this, honestly. It's pretty ridicule to be speaking by yourself. Thankfully, there's no audience around, so I don't feel as bad, but it is weird. I typically do it once a year, and well, around once a year. That's for a New Year's resolution. I stare myself in the mirror and speak about the past and speak about the future. Not really the present, necessarily. I look back at what I achieved, and I look forward, actually, to what I should better myself at and seek in the future. And every time I do this type of talk, I really optimize every part of my life. So I think this is just fitting for what I want to do. I didn't know how to name this podcast. Why is this even a podcast? I don't know. I have so many questions. That's why I need to talk. I have too many questions. Why would I share about myself? Why would people want to listen? Maybe no one wants to listen, and that's fine. But I kind of wanted to think, how could I keep up with my daily life? My life is made up of constant change all the time. And I needed something consistent in my life. I needed something that I can take care of, that is part of a routine. But I think this is going to be very healthy for me. I hope other people can enjoy the videos, hear what I have to say, maybe not even listen, maybe put me on mute and just look at the visualizer. I am doing a visualizer because honestly, I don't really like looking at myself in the camera. And this is kind of difficult for me, putting myself in front of the camera. I don't really like that. But I also love videography, and the way I could only see myself in a camera is me being in a video where I could change the angles so I don't see myself, you know? And this, a 360 visualizer on YouTube, was the most fitting thing for me. Well, YouTube or whatever platform, maybe, I don't know, maybe one day with the new, what's that VR set from Apple they just launched? I don't remember. But I could totally imagine a viewer walking into the video, into the 360 environment. Oh, by the way, you guys, whoever you guys are, you're gonna have to keep up with my thoughts because I'm all over the place. But we are in Barcelona. We're outside of Barcelona. We're in a place called Montserrat. And I just hiked about an hour and a half. This is the beautiful view I got to and kind of where I wanted to start this journey. By the way, I didn't even mention, I'm still not 1,000% sure what this channel's name would be. No, what this series. This is a series. Because the channel's gonna be my name, for obvious reasons. I'm the one talking. It makes, it makes sense. But I was thinking about this for a couple months, and honestly, I didn't want to start recording until the right idea came to my mind. And doing some research, obviously, some concept names were panoramic parlays, the circle of thought, kind of playing around with the visuals and what I want to, oh my God, look at this bird. Anyways, playing with the visuals and really what I want to get out of this video format podcast, I would say. I was looking at this website about gemology, which is the study of diamonds, actually. Don't ask me why I came across it because I could not tell you. But I came across this angle called the crown angle. When you look at a diamond, let's look at the right side, right or left side, whatever. The first line that goes up is called the pavillon. I don't know how to say that in English. pavillon angle or pavillon something. I don't know. Disregard it. I am not an expert in that field. But then there's an angle that is around 34 to 36 degrees. I don't know, like 34.5 degrees angle. That is called the crown angle. Now, why would I choose a crown angle? When I know nothing about diamonds, I don't think, well, have I owned a diamond, honestly? I don't think I've ever owned a diamond. Hopefully one day. Hopefully I get the back. No, I will. I will own a diamond one day. But crown angle is really the perfect angle for anyone that works in the diamonds. It's where you could shed a light at a specific angle and could turn any stone into the most brilliant diamond. And when I associate it in my life, I kind of think about my outlook on life, what I try to be. I try to be positive with whoever, really be able to listen to whoever, because everyone has different point of views. And I'm sure people don't agree with mine, and I don't agree with others, but I'm always willing to listen. So why I wanted to go with crown angle, I want this podcast visualizer to only consist of one conversation each time. But I'm not here to spread negativity. I just want to find the crown angle in every situation. Does that make sense? I'm even thinking about it. This is the first time I even talk about it. Well, I had told my mom a few weeks ago that I thought this was a good idea. But then again, I'm sorry, this is my first time speaking in front of people, so I am getting awkward because people are walking in this pathway. But anyways, crown angle. I think this is the most fitting name. I really seek to find the light in every conversation, every situation. I could picture myself speaking to people writing a thesis for a PhD, or talking to different people what fashion does to them, talking to myself. This is most likely to consist of me asking myself questions, me working on projects and really getting a clear understanding of my thoughts, looking back, seeing what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, for you to experience the environment I'm in, and for me as well to kind of experience the environment I'm in. Adios. I never record myself, as I was saying. I never take photos of myself, but I get to explore different parts of the world. I love traveling, and this is a way to keep track. Hopefully I'll be able to translate this podcast, because I want to reach the maximum audiences I can. I know English is not even the most common language. I wanted to do it in French at first, but no, it's just, everyone understands English, and French is just such a niche audience. But hopefully with 11 Labs or any other AI software, I'd be able to translate this to at least a few more languages, like Mandarin, French, Spanish, like the ones important to me, to my life. Because I'd love everyone I know to be able to hear myself out. Anyways, sometimes a piece of quiet is normal. Even in conversations, I'm comfortable with not saying anything for about 30 seconds, letting my mind rest, really thinking. And I might do that quite often in this podcast, so please just relax at home, wherever you are, if you listen. I might even just be talking to myself, where I'm going to listen to this podcast. If I will listen, if I won't. By the way, there's at least like 3-4 people that have passed, and I somehow stayed composed. So this is a good first step. I was just in Fashion Week in Milan, and I wanted to record there, but there's too many people around, and this first episode is really tackling the crown angle, what I want to discuss in this podcast. As I said, I want to stay positive, you know. I feel like I have such a unique mindset, and this is not trying to be egotistical or really thinking I have a superior mindset by any means, because I I really don't, but the only thing I can say is that I can call myself happy, and a lot of people can't. And it hurts me sometimes, you know. I want to know more about people, but at the same time, some people aren't willing to share, and I totally get it. This is not going to be a platform for me to share by myself, because I'm not an introverted person, but I am a reserved person. I always refer to myself as an onion, you know. You would have to peel a lot of layers to get down to who I am. But one thing I want to share is my thought process. People can understand what I think about when I create, when I speak, when I listen. I'd love people to understand that and maybe listen to it, maybe not. I'm just speaking. No one is forced to listen to these videos. But they're gonna be here regardless. I know sometimes that could get boring. Everyone can get boring. And people may not want to listen. But this is why the panorama. I mean, look at this. Beautiful. I thought this was the best fitting place. I chose this place. You want to know why I chose this place, actually? I chose this place because I knew if I went to a park and stuff, the process of going there and arriving, I would find a reason to back out. And I chose this, waking up at 4:30 this morning to catch a train and climb all this, because I knew if I did an hour and a half of climbing and didn't record this video, my God, I would lose my brains. I would actually be so mad. So this was a motivator, I guess, and thankfully worked out. Will this go on the internet? Most likely. Realistically, I'm not the one to care anymore. So the first step is the hardest step, just pressing the record button. But after that, I mean, if I stay quiet for 10 minutes, that's fine. It's still recording, and I'll remember. Sometimes the thoughts are better kept inside, kept quiet. I also enjoy public speaking, but sometimes I take too long to deliver a message, which is why I'm very happy to have my own platform, so I'm not forced to deliver a message in a certain amount of time, despite me having to do that in business. I need to do that, I need to practice it, but this is not in relation to business. Anyways, there's a topic I wanted to discuss, and it's having a platform. That's right. I'm not looking to be an influencer. I'm not looking to influence. Please, if someone is watching this, if there's even one person watching this, don't let me influence you. You can just listen to what I have to say, go on by your day. If you want to take, not even the lessons, if you want to use my output, feel free. But I'm not here to advise anyone. I'm not here to catch followers. I just want a presence on the internet as the world is moving towards the metaverse, Web3, blockchain, virtual reality, whatever is next for this world, it's going to be digital. And for a person like me that lives such an unorthodox lifestyle, I think it's crucial to have some kind of platform, a voice that is not artificial, you know? Anything can be created with artificial intelligence now. There's its downsides, and there's a lot of good things coming from artificial intelligence. And in this crown angle conversation, we could discuss that another day. But I think it's so important for me to have a way of communicating with whoever wants to understand my mindset. I'm not looking to live the ordinary lifestyle. I'm not saying I'm superior to it, not at all. I just know what to do to be happy. And that's really having full control of my creativity every day, not being part of a routine. I'm not seeking a corporate type job, but there are some that intrigue me. I applied to Louis Vuitton this year, actually. The position was Web3 project manager because I love the work they're doing on the blockchain, and that was a position that was intriguing to me. Now, sadly, did not get it. I did not even get a follow-up interview. Can you imagine? No, I just graduated, so I completely understand. But what I want to say is that with the things I want to do in life, the projects I want to create, the stories I want to tell, the change I want to make, I want to make change for the better. But I want to do it my way. And some people may think my way is a wrong way to think. People may not understand it. People may think it's super artificial. But having a platform to discuss, to really any questions, any conversations is necessary. Once again, I don't know who would listen, but I just want the opportunity to be able to listen to my mindset, to be available. Now thinking about it, my old bosses might listen to these videos, and actually I might send it to them because they've influenced me so much. Especially, we're getting off track here. I hope the reason I started this visualizer, audio, podcast, format, whatever you want to call it, I hope it is clear. I hope people can kind of understand what I'm thinking when I'm doing this, seeking the crown angle in every conversation. I'm welcome to speaking to anyone about anything, really. I just don't want to think negatively. And this is not me disregarding negative things in life. I know there's terrible things that happen all around the world, but that's not what I'm here to discuss. You know, I want this podcast to somehow be specific. And that's only shedding the light on the most important sides of conversations. It could be negative, but how could I describe it? You see, I'm getting lost in my train of thoughts. And that's good. That's why I should speak to practice and understand my thought process. Really. I'm truly very excited about this. This is going to be a weekly habit to keep up with my life. I don't know when I'm going to share the work I'm doing. I don't know when. I think maybe when my projects are closer to being done. But for now, I'm just going to be addressing topics I think about. I'm sometimes going to be writing notes. I write notes when I sleep, not technically when I sleep. But I sometimes wake up in the middle of the night and just have to start writing, have to get my thoughts out. And this is something I want to be able to record anywhere. And thankfully, the setup I have, I'm using for anyone who wants to recreate this. Well, should I share? Yeah, obviously. I will share. For anyone who wants to recreate this, I'm using an Insta360 ONE X2 and the Rode Wireless Go 2 microphone. Now, I have never checked the end product, so this might be a terrible recommendation, but this is the way I'm gonna use it. And realistically, I'll be able to get it done and get that on YouTube. But I believe this crown angle conversation is coming to an end as I'm fading away from the topic. And I promise, the next few topics are gonna be way more specific. But this is the first episode, so cut me some slack, please. And this is kind of just for the audience, for myself to understand what I want to discuss. And that is the crown angle of the diamond. Do I have anything else to say? I hope you're excited as me to begin this journey. I don't know what next episode is going to be. I have a couple ideas. But really, I'm excited to tackle every topic. And these visualizers are not going to be at beautiful spots like these all the time. I seek to maybe film in coffee shops. I study in coffee shops all the time, and I would love to put my 360 camera in a coffee shop and really let you experience my atmosphere when I'm speaking. That again would be with coffee shops granting me the opportunity to do so. So for now, as I'm starting this podcast, it will most likely be outdoor environments, parks, beach, terraces, mountains, or different countries, just traveling around. And once again, I'm not here to receive positivity in the comments because realistically, I'm okay with myself. I don't need any compliments. Keep it up. No, it's keeping it up is all up to me. You know, a comment is not going to change my mind on that. But if anyone has any suggestions, any topics you'd want me to discuss that you feel is important and hear my best outlook on it, to shine the brightest light on it, feel free to comment. Feel free to comment if, well, there are obviously going to be things, but what would you fix about this video format? Maybe I'm saying too many transitions words like this, and I'd love to hear about it, because sometimes I may listen to my podcast, sometimes I may not, but I will definitely take criticism. I don't need you to spread negativity either, but being honest and receiving harsh criticism is something I'm always open to. I'm always going to be honest here. You know, if this podcast one day reaches 1,000, 1,000,000 subscribers, which is unrealistic. Oh, wow. Look at this. You see? Beautiful environment. Or if it only reaches one person, which is going to be me later, you know? If 10 people, it doesn't matter the amount of people who want to receive this video format. All I have to say is that whoever is listening to this and really is intrigued in my thought process, you're the audience I'm seeking. Am I trying to create a community? I don't know. I know with some projects I have, I'm looking to create a community, but for this, I just want to help if I can help. I want to optimize my daily life and really keep up with my projects, with everything, and this will push me to dress nicer, to travel more, to just be in beautiful scenery. So yes, please, listen to this if you want to, and skip this video if you want to. I am not forcing anyone. I'm just gonna be me, myself, and I, and I'll find the crown angle in every single topic. Test me. I'd love to be tested. You know what? Find me a very niche, difficult topic where I could find the crown angle of. If I keep on seeing it in the comments, I mean, I'm gonna have, if I do check the comments, I don't know, I'm gonna have to discuss it. My name is Jean-Stéphane Lopez. You can call me Jean-Stéphane. This is my first name, actually. 12 letters, composed name. It is difficult, yeah, I know. But I go by Jean-Stéphane because I am French and I was given that name. That's the name that's gonna stick. I've always received this question. Jean-Stéphane, why are you doing this? Why you? Why are you doing this? And the only answer I have is that no one else will. No one else will do it for me.